What's up, everybody? Nate Sarantino here, back with another episode of the Guided Spirits podcast. And today we are going over the topic of healthy relationships and what is the key to having healthy relationships. How can you make your relationships stronger, like longer lasting bonds, and make everything better for you and everyone around you? It's quite simple, and the first step is communication. Communication is fundamental to every single relationship you're ever going to have, and this goes for at work, at home, with your significant other, with even your animals, your pets, like whatever it may be, like friends, family, the whole nine yards. You will always have to realize that the number one reason relationships fail is a lack of communication. And this is basically me reminding you, like, to stay in contact and reach out to the people that you care about. Like, if you care about someone, you're gonna want to talk to them. Like, it's just how it goes. Like, if you have that like feeling to like care, like you're like, yo, like I really want to see how they're doing, don't just not hit them up. Like, hit them up. Like, and oftentimes I find myself not like talking to my friend Luke, and I go like months without talking to him, and then he'll hit me up and I'll be like, oh damn, I wish I hit him up sooner. And it happens all the time, but I get so caught up in my life that I forget to talk to people. I forget to reach out, and it like I think about it, and then I just like it ends up passing that moment, and then all of a sudden I'm on to the next thing, and I just move so quick. It is like things just bounce, and you have to make sure you have that focus on which relationships you want to make sure you hold, and you need to like nurture them, just like I talked about in the last episode with trust. Like, you gotta like make sure you have that communication, and it's like without it you're gonna lose relationships that you may really want. And the second step to this is transparency. Every relationship in your life is gonna need a little bit of transparency, maybe not completely, but when you really start lacking transparency, you start finding deception. And when you go further down into like that wall, most of the time when someone puts a wall up, it's because they are corrupt in their morals, or they are truly deceiving you. And this is why intentions are everything. I'll say it one more time. Intentions are everything. If you can see someone's intentions, you will understand whether they intend good things for you or bad things for you. And as soon as you understand that, you are going to make a critical decision to keep them in your life or to let them go. If you let them go, I would recommend not bringing them back. I've made that mistake several times in my life with many people. And what happens is when those people come back into my life, things normally get worse and not better. And I've figured out that when I surround myself with the right people, I get better, and we all get better. And this means sometimes you have to swallow the hard truth. And this can suck. Like, literally be one of the worst things you can ever like experience, but the truth is the only thing that's going to free your mind. It's the only thing that's going to free you from being a slave to your urges, being a slave to whatever it may be that's controlling you. You should be able to control your own destiny, and that means you have to control what you're thinking about. You have to control where you're directing your energy and how you're gonna guide yourself using the truth. Don't just go into life aimlessly. Use the truth to guide you. And it's pretty easy. If you love doing something, you should do it more often. Especially, and I mean this is really the only reason you should do it more often, is if it's adding to society through love, knowledge, or positivity. if it's not really doing one of those three things, it's probably not good to be doing. It's like if you love killing people, well, you're probably like really sick and you should go see a therapist and possibly be locked up for a little bit and think about your actions, because you have to understand that your intentions of hurting people are not good. Like, they are bad. Like, what you put out is gonna come back to you, and it's gonna be a vicious cycle, and no one wants that. So the only change happens on the inside, and that's why you have to change yourself, and you have to change your intentions. You have to intend good things on the world around you, and not only good things for yourself. And if you are intending bad things for yourself, well, that is a whole nother problem, and we're not going to get into that. Now, showing you care is the next step to nurturing these relationships and building healthy relationships. If you really want to like have the strong bonds with people, you got to show them that you care about either them or the things that they care about, and that could be anything, like an idea, a belief, a hobby, activity. Like, many times I didn't have many things in common with the people I played hockey with, but we had hockey in common, and because it was such a big part of all of our lives, it brought us all closer. And some of the closest friends I have in this present day are the friends I played high school hockey with, and I'm so glad they're still in my life, because they know me well, I know them well, and we can sharpen each other's swords. We make each other better. We literally are all in this together. And when you start showing a lack of interest in someone or in the things that like you used to do, like when we stopped playing hockey together, some of us started to split apart and we didn't talk to each other as much anymore. And that just goes to show you that the truth will always prevail, and like whatever it is that brings two people together, if those two things that one thing starts separating, well, the two things or the two people are going to start to separate, and that's just a part of life. Like, nothing good lasts forever, and you have to understand that when something's time is up, its time is up. And that goes for even your time on this planet we call Earth. The next step to this is to be yourself, because if you're not being yourself, you're not being your true self. And to follow the truth is to be you. Like, every person was quote unquote made in the image of God. If you're not gonna be who you are, if we're all our own individual, not a single person is the exact same. Not a single one. I don't care if you're fraternal, paternal, twin, whatever it may be, we are all different. And most of the twins I know are quite different. They're not, like, they may look the same, they may even like act the same, but when you get down to it, they're nowhere near the same person, and they do have different personalities, and that's because their energy is not the same. Your energy makes up your personality. We all have a different level of energy in our bodies. Our bodies are all just a little different. We all have those little nooks and those crannies, the things that make you different from the person to your left, to your right. You may just be another face in the crowd, but the only reason you're not just like another, like, we'll say, if everyone dressed the exact same and wore the same outfit every day when you were out in public, it would be one of those things where it would be like a weird like utopia. You wouldn't even want it. Like, it would just be like you'd walk around and you'd be like, where's my identity? Like, I don't have one anymore. Like, I can't express myself. Like, to be able to express yourself and be yourself, that's how you're gonna actually find and build real relationships. If you're being fake, you're never gonna have any real relationships. And it's as simple as that. Like, be who you are. Don't be someone else. And if you are trying to be yourself and no one wants who you are, well, don't change yourself. Change your surroundings. Like, go somewhere else. Like, there's a whole wide world planet. Like, there's so many, like, human beings on this planet. I'm sure if you are being yourself and you look around for your tribe or for the people that go with you, that you vibe with, that you have that, like, that good connection with, just naturally you click, well, you'll find each other and you'll be glad that you didn't settle for less, because we all deserve to have that, like, greatness of, like, oh, I can just, like, be myself, and, like, it's so great, and, like, everything's, like, it couldn't be better. Like, we all just, like, love life. Like, we're cheerful, we're having a great time. Like, that's the whole point of life, is to enjoy it and to make the world a better place. Like, you gotta love life in order to get more. Like, you gotta be grateful for it. You have to express yourself, be yourself. This use what you were given to the maximum potential and try to really find who you are. And if you find yourself, every relationship is just going to become more real, and the fake relationships are just going to diminish, and you won't need to deal with any of the drama. You won't need to deal with any of the bullshit. And excuse my language, I'm trying not to swear anymore. But with that, thank you for listening, and have a great rest of your day.